What are 5 things you should never do at your marriage-based green card case? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 things that you should never allow happen, to never do at your marriage-based green card case. And at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus on something that sounds like something you should never do, but it's actually okay to do at that interview. The first thing that I don't want you to do at your interview is to be all jokey or friendly. You're not there to make the person laugh. You're not there to make friends. You are there to answer their questions. I've been watching The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. It's a great show based on a book series by one of my favorite authors, Michael Connelly. And one of his characters is on trial right now, and the trial's just about to start. And his attorney told him, when you arrive at the courthouse until the time you leave the courthouse, you are on stage and people are watching you. He's worried about the jurors watching them. Well, that's true at USCIS too. When you drive down to USCIS, you never know who you're going to meet out in the parking lot, on your way into the building, on your way through security, all the way up to USCIS, and then into the interview room. You never know. You might see that person out and about, but the point is, you don't want to be making jokes. You don't want to be treating them like your friend while you're in there. You want to be professional. You want to be serious about why you're there. You're there to get an immigration benefit. Might be for you, might be for your spouse, but you are there to do a good job and to tell the truth and to answer all their questions honestly and concisely. You're not there to be funny, to make them laugh, to make your spouse laugh. So you really need to take it seriously. I've seen many people take it not serious enough and be sort of friendly like they would be at their friends at a bar. This is a bad idea, and that's the first thing that I don't want you to do at your green card interview. The second thing you should never do at your green card interview is sort of the opposite. That is being rude or bossy to the officer or trying to overtake the conversation. Listen, these people are in these offices and they're doing interviews every single day. They've done more interviews than you could ever even think of. They know what they want. They know the information that they need. They know what details they want to get about your case, and they just want you to give it to them straight. And what they don't want you to do is to lose your temper or be angry or rude. Sometimes officers are rude themselves. That doesn't mean you can be rude. I know that doesn't sound fair, and if you want to file a complaint later, that's fine. But remember, we're there to get a benefit. We're there to win the case. And if we devolve down into their bad behavior, that's not going to do us any good. Now, one time we had a guy on the Immigration Answers show, and he told us how he cussed out his immigration officer. We even made a special video about that, and it was sort of funny, and everybody sort of laughed. But you never want to do that. You never want to lose your temper. You never want to be rude. You need to keep your cool. If you're the kind of person who gets angry and confrontational in situations like this, you need to remember that before you go in. You need to breathe. You probably need to let your spouse do most of the talking, and you need to keep your cool. So that's number 2. Do not be rude or ignorant to the officer. The third thing you should never do at your green card interview is to be all lovey-dovey, to be kissing and hugging and rubbing your back of your partner. Don't do any of that stuff. I don't care if you do that all day long, every day. That's just fine. But if you do it in your immigration interview, or if you do it even as you're walking into your immigration interview, remember, they're always watching. If you do it at any of those times, they're going to think you're putting on a show. They're going to think normal people don't act like that. They're going to think adults don't act like that. They're going to think you're immature, that you're a juvenile. And I don't care. I know that some people are very affectionate with each other. And I know that there's even times during the interview where you want to support each other. You can support each other without being all lovey-dovey and rubby-rubby. We don't want you being all rubby-rubby. It's okay to like touch your partner's hand or to touch them on the arm just to give them a little bit of peace if that's what you need. But you don't need to be acting like you're 16 years old out on your first date in the back of your parents' car. That's what we don't want to see. And you're smiling and laughing and thinking that that never happens. But in fact, it does happen. And I've had officers yell at people saying, "Why are you doing that? You doing that for me? Don't do that for me. Just be normal." And that, of course, is number 3. Just be normal. Don't be all lovey-dovey. The fourth thing you can never do when it comes to your immigration interview based on marriage is to leave stuff at home. You'd be surprised how often people leave stuff at home. We've had people leave their work cards at home, their driver's licenses at home, their marriage-based documents, everything in support of the application. We've had people show up with empty pockets, if you can believe it. This is your chance. This is your chance to show off your marriage, to demonstrate that this is a real marriage, that you or your partner are deserving of a green card, And you'd be surprised how often people forget something. They might forget their medical exam, the sealed report of their medical exam. It's shocking what people actually forget, even though we give them a checklist, even though we tell them everything to bring, even though we tell them to pack it up the night before. Some people just aren't very organized. And would you believe it? Some people show up without any of the documents that they need. We've had people even have to get their interview canceled because they didn't have any identity documents. They didn't bring their passport or their driver's license. So don't make that mistake. Bring everything you got. And if you want them to keep it in the file, make sure you have a copy for them. You don't want them making copies during the interview. That's just going to slow things down and invite more questions of you and your spouse. The fifth and final thing that we're going to talk about that we don't want you to do at your interview is to guess at an answer. Now, most people know that they need to tell the truth and that they need to answer the questions honestly. That's sort of obvious. But what I'm talking about here is guessing at an answer. Because sometimes people guess and they think they know the answer, and so they guess instead of saying, I don't know. It's okay to say, I don't know at your green card interview. It's okay to not know everything. If they want to know, what was the place you went on your third date and you don't remember, that's okay. You can't have too many I don't knows, but I don't want you guessing at an answer, because if you guess at an answer, then that's the answer. And they're going to lock that in. And if you're in a Stokes interview, if they're comparing your answer to your spouse's, then definitely it's going to cause you problems, and it's going to make it look like you are not telling the truth or that you guys have a fake marriage. So guessing is worse than saying, I don't know. It's okay to say, I don't know every once in a while, but I don't want you to guess, because if you're wrong, you could be dead wrong, and it could lead to the denial of the case. All right, so now it's time for our bonus. This is one thing that you probably think you shouldn't do, but in fact, it's really okay to do at your interview. And that is to fight or bicker or disagree with your spouse. Now, some people would say to themselves, oh, I've got to look like I'm in church. I've got to look like everything's great with me and my spouse. I don't want to let them see that there's any discord or disagreements in this relationship. Everything's perfect. I understand the sentiment, but that's not what you should be thinking about. What you should be thinking about is, what do real married couples do? You know what real married couples do? They fight. They bicker. They disagree. So it's okay to correct your spouse if they give a wrong answer. It's okay to interrupt. It's okay to talk like normal people. This is going to be much better than the couples that come in looking all prim and proper and like everything matches and that everything's beautiful and they don't have any problems. It's okay to bicker. I've seen funny things happen at interviews where one member of the couple corrects the other, or just flat out they get in a fight. It's actually happened at interviews. You don't want to do it too much. You don't want to overdo it. It's got to be legit, but it's okay to not be in accord on every single thing. It's okay to disagree a little bit. And the officers sometimes get a kick out of it because they're used to everyone coming in every single day. Oh, everything's fine. I love my partner. Everything's great. We're just great. Oh man, this is the best person of all time. No, they like to see how real couples are. They're thinking about their spouse. They're thinking about, boy, do I talk like this with my spouse every day? No, hell no. So it's okay to fight. It's okay to bicker. We hope you found this video helpful. We hope you found these 5 things that you should never do and the one bonus to be something that will help you get your case approved. If you need help with your marriage-based green card, or if you have any immigration questions, feel free to give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can always email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Be sure to join us in our Facebook group. So we have this Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. There's like 7,000 or 8,000 people in there, and they're all immigrants going through the immigrant process. And they all are trading information, talking about field offices, the things that they've learned, all those kinds of things. It's a great forum. And we also, of course, have our YouTube channel that you should think about subscribing to. That way, whenever we go live on our Immigration Answers show, or whenever we post a new video like this one, you'll be the first one to find out about it. Don't forget, on most Mondays through Thursday, we're live in our Immigration Answers show, and you can join us by finding that Facebook group or subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.